What if I told you that a book from the 1920s holds all the keys you need for building wealth today? I know it sounds a little unlikely, right? But today we are diving into the ancient secrets from The Richest Man in Babylon. We're talking about a set of simple, timeless rules that explain what millionaires actually do to get rich, and more importantly, stay rich. These aren't some complex formulas, they're basic truths wrapped in simple stories, and believe me, they are just as powerful now as they were thousands of years ago. So let's set the scene. We're going back 4,000 years to Babylon, the wealthiest city on the planet at the time, and we meet our main character, Arcad, the richest man in town. One day, his old friends come up to him and they're just confused. They're like, look, we all started at the same place, we all worked just as hard as you, but you're incredibly wealthy while we're just struggling to get by. They figured his success had to be a stroke of luck, some fickle fate. And that really gets us to the core question of this whole explainer. Is building wealth really just about getting lucky, or is there a clear, repeatable system that anyone can follow? Well, Arcad's answer was pretty simple. Wealth isn't like winning the lottery. It's governed by simple, timeless laws that absolutely anyone can learn and put into practice. And that very first law, the absolute cornerstone of his entire philosophy, was a secret he paid for, not with money, but with a full night of back-breaking labor. This one single idea is what completely changed his financial future and separated him from his friends. See, when he was a young man, Arcad was just a scribe. He worked long hours but had pretty much nothing to show for it. Then, one day, a rich moneylender named Algamesh needed a law carved into a tablet, like overnight. Arcad saw his opening. He made a deal. I'll work all night, not for extra cash, but for the secret to becoming wealthy. He knew that wisdom was worth more than a quick payment. So after that grueling night, Algamish revealed the secret, and its power is just how simple it is. He said, I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep. Arcad was confused. He's like, don't I keep all my earnings? And Algamish explained, no. You pay the guy who makes your clothes, you pay the guy who makes your shoes, you pay the baker. You pay everyone except yourself. The huge mindset shift is right there. You have got to pay yourself first. And the rule is non-negotiable. For every 10 coins that come into your wallet, you only spend 9. A tenth of everything you earn is yours to keep. It doesn't matter how much or how little you make, you save at least 10%. This isn't about saving what's left over at the end of the month. No, this is about what you take right off the top before anyone else gets a piece. So, how do we actually do this today? It's really easy. First, open a completely separate savings account. This just creates a little mental wall so you're not tempted to spend it. Second, and this is the magic part, automate it. Set up an automatic 10% transfer for the very day you get paid. This takes willpower completely out of the equation. And finally, as you start earning more, just bump that percentage up. Trust me, you'll learn to live on the rest. Okay, so you're paying yourself first, your savings account is starting to look good. Now what? Well, just hoarding money in an account isn't going to make you wealthy. You have to make that money start working for you. And Arcad, well, he learned this through a couple of pretty painful but very valuable mistakes. Arcad's first big blunder was giving his entire year's savings to a brickmaker who was traveling abroad, promising to buy rare jewels. The problem? The brickmaker knew about bricks, not jewels. He got scammed, bought worthless bits of glass, and Arcad lost everything. The lesson here is so important. Don't invest in things you don't understand, and only take financial advice from people who are actual experts in that field. So Arcad started over. This time, he wisely gave his savings to a shield maker to buy bronze, and he started earning a steady return. But then he made a new mistake. He took all those profits and spent them on fancy dinners and nice clothes. Agamish called him out, saying, "You eat the children of your savings." This is the very heart of compounding. Your money has to earn, and then its children, the earnings, must also earn. And the difference is just staggering. Look at this. If you just save $1,000 a year for 30 years, you end up with 30 grand. Not bad. But if you invest it and let those earnings compound, even at an average return, you could end up with over 6 times that amount. That is the incredible power of not eating the children of your savings. You're building a literal army of golden slaves that work for you 24/7. So, here are the core rules for growing that pot of gold. 1. Save at least 10%. 2. Put that money to work. Invest it. 3. Only take advice from experts. 4. Stay away from businesses or investments you're not familiar with. And 5, don't chase crazy, impossible returns. That's a get-rich-quick scheme, not a plan. It's a whole system. All right, following those laws will definitely put you on the path to wealth. But to really lock in your financial future, you have to build a fortress around it. And that means mastering your spending habits and, just as importantly, maximizing your income. Arcad warned about this thousands of years ago. He said, "What each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our income unless we protest to the contrary." Today, we have a name for that: lifestyle creep. It is the silent wealth killer that makes sure that even when you get a raise, you don't actually save any more money. I mean, a $40,000 raise should feel like a massive leap forward, right? But what happens way too often is that it just turns into a bigger apartment, a fancier car, and eating out more. As you can see here, the expenses just magically expand to eat up that new income, and you're left in pretty much the same financial spot, just with nicer stuff. Controlling that urge is how you turn a pay raise into actual wealth. This quote really captures a powerful idea. Yeah, your savings are what's in your purse, but your true wealth is your ability to create that income stream in the first place. Think about it. There's a limit to how much you can cut your expenses, right? But there is absolutely no limit to how much you can potentially earn. So the big takeaway here is to constantly work on increasing your ability to earn. Invest in yourself. The more you know, the more you can earn. Learn new skills, become a master of your craft, build your network. Your ability to earn money is your single greatest financial asset. You have to treat it that way. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. The stories from Babylon give us a clear, simple, and truly timeless blueprint for financial success. It's a system that worked 4,000 years ago, and I promise you it works just as well today. Here it is. This is the blueprint that millionaires actually use. 1, pay yourself first, always. 2, control your spending and live on less than you make. 3, make your money your slave, putting it to work for you. 4, protect your capital from loss by avoiding foolish risks. And 5, constantly invest in yourself to increase your earning power. That's really it. It's simple, but it isn't easy. It takes discipline, it takes focus. Arcad said that wealth grows just like a tree, from one tiny seed. That first coin you decide to save, that's the seed. And the sooner you plant it and the more you water it with consistent savings, the sooner you'll be able to enjoy the shade of that tree. So I'll just leave you with this question. What is the first small seed that you are going to plant today to start growing your own tree of wealth? If you found this breakdown valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into timeless ideas. And please, share this with a friend or family member who you think is ready to upgrade their life.